Nothing. Everything's
going
fine. What's going on, Ken?
How you doing, man?
Doing good. And everybody, welcome to On the Porch with Todd and Ken, who is mildly surprised looking.
Well, hold on, man. Let me get a drink of coffee.
Yeah, ready?
But I thought I beat you to the punch this week. You always put me in a bind.
Yeah.
All that nuclear physics stuff.
For those just listening, Ken has these big glasses on with these big bug eyes on there, and they look fantastic. Maybe for Halloween we'll both do an episode which is them on all the time. So,
Yeah. There you go.
But seriously, this episode of On the Porch may become North Pole Christmas Clatter News Dispatch on the Porch version, because I think we got a lot of Christmassy things we want to share with everybody. But
well, it's the Burr months, man.
It is.
So it's time to get start thinking that way.
Yeah, and we missed last week. We were planning on having it last week, but my sister-in-law and brother-in-law were in, and my brother-in-law that lives here locally, he works out of town. He's been working in the Memphis area doing a construction job. So Sunday was the only time he's going to get a visit with his sister and his brother-in-law. And he smoked a pork loin for everybody and invited everybody over for supper to hang out. And I felt like I needed to be there instead of here and hang out with all of them. So
Sure, man.
Yeah.
Sure. So that's you got to do stuff like that sometime.
Yeah. So yeah, we had a good time. Miss being here, but family comes first. So,
hey, I just got a text that said I'm echoing. Is anybody else echoing?
I'm not hearing the echo on my end.
How about Brenda's out there?
Yeah.
I have an echo, Brenda.
Yeah. If there's an echo, it might be on YouTube side, and there might not be anything we can do about it because I'm not hearing it here. So I know we're not sending them an echo for sure. So
let me double check something.
All righty.
You're doing that.
Yeah, it looks like we're good.
Let's see. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I should. I mean, my input stuff's right.
Yeah. I can tell that we are not sending them an echo. So that's on YouTube. So call the old Googs and let them know. Get it fixed.
Okay.
On the Porch needs fixed now. Stat.
Yeah. I lost you again. Yeah. I don't know where you went. Keep talking. Keep talking. I'll catch up in just a minute.
Well, since we missed last week, we're probably going to have a double long show because we got lots to talk about, lots of pictures to share, lots of things. So the echo went well with the eyes. So,
Who said that?
That's what Brenda said. I guess she heard it with the eyes. So, yeah,
so
my goodness.
Brenda, so I do have an echo.
So, yeah, but yeah, possibly. But like I said, we're not sending an echo, so I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Give me a second here. My eye is starting to burn.
Well, man, you were talking about doing the smoked pork butt or the pork loin.
Yep.
We're getting ready to have our third annual end of the year or end of summer bash.
Mm-hmm.
And we call it a bash, but it'll probably be 16 folks come over. And Mary and Lee are doing a big shrimp boil.
Oh, that's fun.
And then I'm going to do probably 4 racks of ribs and big pork butt, and everybody bring food.
Oh, wow.
So that's getting ready. That's happening Friday.
Friday, okay.
Yeah.
What do you need me to bring?
Well, just bring yourself. Man. If you're here, buddy, there's going to be plenty of food for you.
I can bring some kettle beef.
Yeah. Well, you can bring that. I'd like to try some kettle beef.
Yeah. I'll have to get you some. Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, more and more I'm thinking that's a Missouri thing. I thought it was a all Southern thing, but I think it's a Missouri thing.
Yeah. Well, it could be.
Yeah.
What I've read like Southeast Missouri and then that kind of where you are.
Yeah, that's where I am. So that's exactly what I am.
What's wrong with your eyes, man?
I don't know, man. Stupid allergies. My eyes are burning. His eye is burning like crazy. I think it's this little dog down here, my daughter's little dog. I think I'm allergic to it. And it's just this one eye. Just my right eye is burning like a madman, and I'm trying to tough through it.
I know. You had that one eye closed. You kind of look like a pirate.
I'm like, I need to get an eye patch or something. I don't know. But it's like normally when they start burning like that, we're deep into the episode, and I just call it an episode and we go. But I can't do that right now. So for those having to look at me dealing with this eye issue, I apologize immensely. But it'll clear up. It always goes away. What's funny is I've been sitting down here for 45 minutes, and I've been fine. And as soon as we go live, it gets to me. So
I wonder what's going on.
I have no idea. So I remember one time I was carrying mail, and a guy come to help me, and he just showed up. He didn't call or nothing. I was sitting there, and I was done with my route, and I was just sitting there with my eyes closed, and they were watering because they were burning so bad because of the allergies. And he's like, my window was down. He's like, Todd, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, man. I said, it's just allergies. He thought I was like upset or something. But
had your eyes closed.
Yeah.
You still awake?
Yeah. So maybe it's dry. Maybe so. I need to do something about it. But it's like no rhyme or reason to it. I always say it's allergies, but there's really no rhyme or reason. It just starts, drying up for whatever reason.
Well, we got Halloween coming up, man. Go ahead and get you an eye patch and get you a pirate hat.
Yeah.
You can just be a pirate.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we talked about last episode about me going to the Yule Log Cabin, but we didn't get to talk about it last week. So, yeah, I need Ken's auxiliary pair advice. So
would it help if I put those back on?
I don't know. That might help. Yeah, I'm feeling better already, Ken. I'm feeling good. Probably help if I keep my thumb out of my eye too.
Where's that thumb being?
Yeah, who knows? Might have been writing. Who knows where it's been? Probably got pizza sauce on it or something. But we was talking about the Yule Log Cabin, and you told me to take pictures.
Yes, we need to.
I took.
You need to work on.
Yep, I took plenty of pictures. So we're gonna have to talk a long time to get through this whole slideshow. But for those that haven't been, the Yule Log Cabin is like two main buildings and then one like little shed. And this is the second one. That's the little shed. Later in the season, closer to Christmas, that shed they'll be making like fresh wreaths and garlands in there. And then that's the first main building, usually the one you start in. And it is literally out in the middle of the woods, and you walk in and it's like Christmas everywhere. It's just always so well done.
Just Christmas wonderland.
Yeah.
It was like awesome.
Yeah. And that's my dad standing there looking around. So,
okay.
Yeah. And in fact, let me pause it.
What's that Santa back there?
Yeah. It's a Santa and like a banner.
That's good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But this red tree, you see this red tree here off to the right with a local doctor bought this whole tree decorated exactly like that. He wanted he wanted Joni, who owns the Yule Log Cabin, to take this tree down like it is, take it to his house and put it up because he loved it so much. So, and it was going to be like a $7,000 to $10,000 project for him to do for her. But apparently he had the money and was willing to do it. So,
wow,
yeah.
Man, so he's going to take that tree, that exact tree?
Yeah, he wants that tree decorated like that. And this one here, it's a little hard to tell, but it's a Thanksgiving tree. It's got some stovetop stuffing on it, some turkeys and stuff like that. So, but
man, I love that Santa right there.
Yeah, I do too.
Is he on a poster or something?
It's like a canvas. Yeah, it's like a canvas banner kind of thing. This is over.
You'll see if you can talk about that.
Yeah, this is over in that second room, and I tried to get that 3D effect from these mirrors. It was a little hard to get it in the camera, but they were pretty cool. And then I took this just for you. It's an Elvis Nutcracker. So,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Man, I do hear an echo somewhere.
But, yeah. Nice Elvis Nutcracker.
I like him.
Yep. More of that second. This stairs go down to their storage here, but more of that second building. And there's all like the stained glass Christmas trees and things. So, but then this is all they have some licensed stuff. This is all the Peanuts stuff. They have Elf over here on the left side.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoy the Peanuts things.
Man, I love that place.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I'll take one of everything.
I'll tell you, I could really spend lots and lots of money there. But yeah, it's just so nice to go. Mm-hmm. And I already been back once already. We took my sister-in-law and brother-in-law out there, and I'm sure I'll be back a few more times before the holidays are over. So it's always nice to go closer to time.
Well, I've got to go there twice when I come out and visit. First time we took cookies out there.
Yep.
First time we ever went.
Yeah. Well, if you're able to make it back for Cookie Day this year, we'll have to make it a third time for you.
Well, you know I will be there for Cookie Day.
Yeah. So, but it's a lot of fun. Anybody ever gets a chance to be out this way and they're open, you gotta get out there.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get with Joni, who owns it, about getting out there in like late May or June when she's setting up to help her for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 days a week, and to kind of vlogging it, the experience of helping her get all set up and stuff. And I need to try to make that happen this year. So
look at all those trees, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Brenda, it is. It's gorgeous and fun place, and yeah, you do have to have some restraint because you could absolutely spend a pretty penny there in a hurry.
And I can tell you that pictures don't do it justice.
No, it's hard to get all the lights in, especially when you first walk in, to see all the trees and the lights, and some of the trees are moving. Even in video, it's really hard to capture, the feel. And the cool thing about it is Joni and her staff really give it this nice, warm, cozy, like you're welcoming feeling. Mm-hmm. A few years back, me and my mom went to Bronner's, which is the world's largest Christmas store. And it was cool. It really was cool. I'd rather go to the Yule Log Cabin because it feels, it's more warm. It's more inviting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I can't imagine them having any better Christmas ornaments and trees.
Right.
And have their Yule Log Cabin.
Right. Like
that one picture, a couple of pictures back, one more back for that. You can see those ornaments on the right. And we've got a couple of those, and they were made like hand-painted in Poland.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll hunt those down here.
You can barely go back. Right there. They are. Right there. See on the right?
Right here? Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's them. You can barely see them.
Yeah. Right here on the right in the garland. Yeah. Yeah, they have a whole tree of those hand-painted Polish ornaments.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But those are awesome, man. We got some really pretty ones.
Yeah, they are. They do have that stuff at Bronner's. They have a lot more. It's just more of kind of the same stuff. And they have a lot of like the Christmas Village kind of thing.
Yeah.
A lot of that, but just the feeling of the two places is night and day. Not that Bronner's is bad. I don't want to say Bronner's is bad. It's just, it's hard to duplicate it when you're in these two little cabins out in the middle of the woods in the wintertime versus, a great big building, so.
Yeah. Oh man, I mean, her decorating skills is just unreal.
Yeah. They're really nice.
Just every tree is immaculate.
Yeah.
Do they still have the upside down tree?
Yeah, they sure do. It's as you walk in, and it spins. She tried a couple years ago. She tried to rig up her own motor using an old ceiling fan and a belt and all this stuff, and didn't quite work as well as she wanted. So last year she ended up investing in an actual motor to rotate it. And it's really nice.
Yeah, it's magical in there. Somebody says magical. It really is when you go in there.
Yeah. This tree right here, right in the middle with the pink, it's hanging upside down and it spins, and it's covered in like candy decorations and stuff like that. So, and each tree is kind of themed, whether it be different interests like camping or woodsy animals or candy or birds or crystal ornaments are kind of themed. And but yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's a cool place. And they're online too, right? You can go on Facebook and see them.
Yeah, you can go on Facebook and follow them and stuff. I don't know if you can buy from them online or not, but yeah, Yule Log Cabin on Facebook. I'll put a link in the description for everybody to visit their Facebook page. I better make a note of that.
Yeah, when you go out there, man, see if you can talk about that. That banner.
Yeah, that banner.
Right there.
All right. I'll see what I can do. I'll tell them I'll wash dishes or something for it.
So, that's great.
Yeah. But Ken, you had some Christmas finds too along the way, didn't you?
Yeah. I don't know which ones you want to put up there first.
Which ones you want to talk about first?
How about the Sears?
All right.
Get those? And these are some that, my buddy Jeff, he gifted to me some vintage Christmas lights. Those kind of got the bug started for me.
Yep.
And so I'm just doing eBay because it takes forever to find vintage lights.
Yeah.
But those are just from Sears, and I got those because Sears is no longer.
Right.
And if you go to the next, and they're not the big C9s or anything. I think we may have had some of these. These are probably 70s or 80s, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure. But they work and everything. And they're just in perfect condition. But because they're Sears, it says Sears on the box. I'm just going to put them away and plug them in every now and then. And
right.
I don't know if I'll use them on a tree or not. I might, but might not.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those are great, man.
Yeah, so they weren't too expensive, and they were in such good shape, man. So I just went ahead and got those.
Yeah.
So that's kind of starting off my Christmas, my vintage Christmas light collection.
Right.
Now it's here.
Yeah.
But, and then also the Christmas ornaments. You got the pictures of those Radco that I got from Kmart?
Absolutely. Let me pull them up here.
All right.
Let me see. There you are.
Yeah, now those are got those at the 127, $4 for those. And if you look there, it says Radco, and Christopher Radco is the ones he's the guy that started doing the Shiny Bright ornaments again, the newer ones. And so I don't know if these are hand painted or not. They may be, but they're pretty old. I don't know, 70s probably, but they're pretty cool, man. They're glass. They're very thin, and they're really detailed. And they have a little tag on top of right there.
Yeah,
on the top. See it up there?
Oh yeah, those are beautiful.
But now those Radco ornaments, I know at the Christmas store in Mountain Juliet, Tennessee, and you look online, some of those things are like $100. I don't think those are. Those will probably be those are more in the $40 range probably if you bought them individually. But anyways, there was, I don't know how many of them was there, 5, 6 of them for $4. And actually, and Mary's actually the one that found them.
Wow.
She said, "There's some ornaments over here you need to come look at." But see how detailed there the light's not so bright. See his face and the presents and stuff.
Yeah, six,
It's
half
pretty
a
awesome.
dozen of them there. That's a great find. Absolutely great.
And one of them is his coat up there. That's pretty cool. It's Santa's coat. So. But yeah, Christopher Radko, and so that was a find.
That is. That's wonderful.
But they even have the caps on the top. I forget what you call those.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of look like the Shiny Bright. They're scalloped on the top. They look kind of like Shiny Brights.
Yeah.
But you can tell, I don't know if he came out with these before he redid the Shiny Brights or not. I don't know. I'd have to look at some timelines there.
Yeah, I have to dig into it a little deeper.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, speaking of Shiny Brights, you got a few of those too.
Yeah, and I got those at the 127 as well. And I paid a little more for those.
Yeah.
I actually found those with Alex when we were down there, down the mountain there, that little place. And the box is not in very good condition. The plastic's gone, but the ornaments are excellent.
Yeah, those are classic. I love those so much.
$15 for those 9.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Which that still, to me, it's a good deal.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too.
Yeah. For something that's made, I don't know when those were.
Yeah.
50s probably.
Yeah, those might be 70s. Maybe.
I don't know, man. I don't know when they quit making them.
I don't either. It's hard for me to date some of that stuff. See, the box for some reason gives me like early 70s vibes.
Well, that's possible.
I don't know why. I don't have any explanation to justify that. It's just what the vibes I get from it, which means I could be completely wrong. So,
but the colors, look at the blue and the pink on there.
Yeah.
They're just vibrant, and you can tell they would shatter in a million pieces if they hit the hardwood.
Yeah, no doubt. That is one good thing about new ornaments is they're made of acrylic usually or polypropylene. Not polypropylene. That's too soft. Polycarbonate, so they don't break as easy. But you kind of lose a little bit of that. Well, as the name suggests, the shiny. You kind of lose a lot of that.
I did some research on all those ornaments. Those it says made in USA on top. And originally they were made in Germany. And then whenever World War II came along or was coming, is getting ready to start, Mr. Woolworth, Franklin Woolworth, he's the one that was bringing those over here originally. And he realized that they were going to be hard to get from overseas. So there was a manufacturer that approached him, and they got what was that? It was a light bulb. They made light bulbs up north somewhere, up northeast, and they converted their light bulb factory into making just round, just orbs, just spheres like that.
Yeah.
So they would make those, and then he bought another warehouse where they just painted them. So that's how they started getting made in the U.S. instead of Germany.
Yeah,
that's where they started out, was in Germany.
Wow.
Man, what was that? Corning. It was Corning.
Corning.
Corning. And so they just converted one of their warehouses or one of their factories to making those, and they can make between 400,000 and 500,000 a day. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
they sold that dang many.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, it is. And so, and then they were hand painted and everything. So it was just pretty cool.
Yeah, you gave me an idea talking about that. You're talking about all these stores, Christmas time, like the Sears catalog and the Penny's catalog and stuff. But it's like Woolworths is like the department store that changed Christmas. Bringing those shiny brights over here. They were aren't they the ones that gave us Rudolph?
Hey, Woolworths?
Yeah, wasn't that Woolworths that gave us Rudolph?
No, that was it Burlington? It was the coat place.
Let me.
I don't think it was Woolworths. It was along those lines, but it wasn't Woolworths, I don't think. Yeah, look that up because we saw the one in Atlanta at the Puppet Museum.
Yeah,
right?
We did.
Burlington or something. I forget what it was.
Yeah, Montgomery Wirt Montgomery Ward was the one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't
there you go,
Woolworth.
Montgomery Ward.
But
Yeah, they're the one that
yeah,
started.
but still, there's
out with
still so much that Woolworth did. It's like you almost kind of want to dive into their history a little bit. I remember having a Woolworth. I was a little kid, and it wasn't what it used to be when I remember it. And it shut down pretty quick. So, I was early elementary, if not quite to elementary school yet when it shut down.
Yeah. Well, man, I'm going to tell you, because I was just listening to this today, and I listened to it probably 5 times. It's another podcast called Sleigh Bells. Let me make sure I'm telling you right. Let me find her. Sleigh Bells and Mistletoes is the. Yeah, here. It's the Sleigh Bells and Mistletoe Christmas podcast.
Yep.
So you might want to put a link to this if you could. But they have a Woolworth episode, and they have this guy Larry Lahinsky. Dude, he is an expert on Woolworth. Franklin Woolworth, and that's where I was. That's where I got the information on the shiny bright ornaments when they became made in America.
Okay.
But man, it is so interesting. They talk about Woolworths, how it became known as America's Christmas store. It says it on the boxes, and it makes me want to collect Woolworth stuff. Because it says it right there.
Yeah. Well, we got that Woolworth sign from Temu,
Yeah.
And stuff. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna kind of dive into that Woolworths and see, about that. Is that a recent episode that they just did, or?
No, it's been
a little bit.
Let's see. This was April, this past April. But after that, they got a couple episodes of the Christmas trees, the aluminum Christmas trees.
Yeah,
and there's two episodes on that and how that all became and the history of it and who was the first and who was second and all that kind of stuff.
So you got to my episode yet? I was a guest on that podcast before.
Were you?
Yeah, early on.
Sleigh Bells Mistletoe?
Yeah.
Well, I have to go back and look at that one. You know which one it was?
I don't remember. It's been quite a while ago.
With Mary Richards? No, it wasn't. Her name.
It was the other lady that did it.
Was it? Okay.
I can't remember. She was the news reporter from Utah.
Reese or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, something Reese.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's turned out to be a good one, man. I listen to it all the time, and but they do.
So Larry Lahinsky has a Facebook group. I'll have to hunt that down, Bruno. So
yeah, man, it's great, man. He tells all the history on Woolworths, and it's so interesting because, like, the tinsel that we used to put on the trees.
The kind you just kind of threw on there?
Yeah, we called them icicles, but they're tinsels.
Yeah, that's what we call them too.
Well, yeah, but Woolworths is one that he found those. He found those somewhere over in Germany.
And
he come back over and he found this guy over here got him to convert his factory into making those things and made them both millionaires just off the tinsels.
Yeah. You know what those icicles are good for? Tighten them up and blowing across them and annoying your parents and your older sister.
I'd say that'd do it, man.
Yeah.
That would do it.
Yeah. They're excellent for that.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
But yeah. Now you got me something. Now you got something to another collecting bug for me to dive into.
Oh yeah. Woolworths, man. Because I remember we had one where I lived there in Nashville, and it was just a couple blocks away. We'd go over there on the lunch counter, get the grilled cheese sandwich or whatever. You can get a hamburger there if you wanted.
Yeah. Holly says I was trying to find a date on those Shiny Brights. I saw that the Holy Grail Shiny Brights have a cardboard tab. Those were made during wartime. Oh, wow.
Yeah, because they were trying to save on the metal,
Yeah.
all that they could.
Yeah, I bet they're.
But I've never even seen one with the cardboard tab, but I've heard.
Yeah, I bet that cardboard.
about it.
Yeah, I bet that cardboard deteriorates fast.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But, oh boy, there's always something out there, ain't there?
I know, man. Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna get something Woolworth. I don't know what.
Yeah, I gotta find a Woolworth's clock.
I don't know, man. They've even got Woolworth. I was just looking at Woolworth stuff on eBay. They had the shopping baskets, you would get and carry around.
Yep.
So that'd be something you could get just to keep your junk in.
Yeah.
As Woolworths.
Yeah.
They weren't very expensive.
I'd do it. But, kind of change gears on collecting. I spent this past week working in our union office. I didn't carry any mail. Doing some computer work and digitizing some files and doing some cleaning in there. And you remember Jerry Lewis used to do the Labor Day telethon for MDA every year.
Mm-hmm.
My dad spent like 40 years working at our local CBS affiliate who carried the Labor Day telethon each year. And it was always a big deal. He had to work a lot that weekend, make sure everything was going, because, they had the feed from Vegas, and then the local news people would have their own like little mini telethon here at the mall and stuff. And I was going through and I found a plaque that had Jerry Lewis and one of the kids on there from 1988. And it had our union logo on there and branch number from when we, I guess, donated some money. But then it also had the KFES 12 logo, the old school logo from the 80s on there. And I'm like, I asked our president, what are we doing with this? And he's like, I don't care. He's like, we don't need it anymore. I'm like, I'm taking it home and hanging it in my garage.
Did you get it?
Yeah. And I said,
awesome.
I said, it's got our union branch on it. And then it's got the old school logo where my dad used to work at all the time. And, and so I showed it. Yeah. I showed it to him the other day and he's like, I might steal that from you. So
no kidding. Yeah. He put it up there with his desk.
Yeah.
His metal desk.
Yeah. So it was cool to find that. It doesn't mean much to anybody else, but it was nice.
Yeah, that's a great find, man.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. That's a great find there.
Yeah. But you just never know. We also found a code of ethics and conduct book from 1966 for letter carriers. And it was like, there you go. It was just cool the way it was printed up and all this stuff. And so we kept that too. We hung that up in there just, to keep stuff like that. You can't pitch,
No, so, shoot, no.
Yeah. But yeah, it was definitely interesting. So,
well, man, can we go back to the picture board?
Absolutely.
Not the picture board, but the camera again.
Yeah.
There's one thing I wanted, a couple things while we're kind of talking about that.
Okay.
You got the Scotty Moore picture there?
I got
the
it.
album. We're talking about collection. Well, I got that and I bought it off eBay, man, because you would never ever find one of those out looking for them. Scotty Moore was Elvis's guitar player when he first started out.
Right.
Had all those hits. I mean, they're listed right there. There's Heartbreak Hotel, Hound Dog, just all those, Don't Be Cruel. And what happened was when Elvis expanded, he went to the war and got out. And then when Elvis was doing all the movies, it left Scotty and Bill Black, which is a bass player. They're just kind of fending for themselves, So, so Bill Black started doing just instrumentals in the 60s. And they became really popular. And he made a lot of money. The bass player did. He had his own. They called the Bill Black Trio is what they were called. And so finally, Scotty waited, and then he finally got his own band up just to do instrumentals. But he missed the boat by that time. By the time he got his album out, it didn't sell well at all because they'd moved on from instrumentals,
right?
And the general public. So there's not that many of those out there, but that's the only album that he ever made but that was him right there that played on the Hound Dog and all the old stuff. He did all the touring, and he was like Elvis's manager before Colonel Parker became his manager in the early days, whenever they'd strap the bass on top of the car and head down to Mississippi or wherever.
Yeah. That was the instrumentals. They had a time in the sun. I was listening to Roy Clark, like a mini Roy Clark documentary the other day, and he got signed as an instrumentalist. He wanted to be a singer, and they're like, "We'll let you sing, but I got to sign you as an instrumentalist because we have enough singers."
Oh, okay.
So it was like one of those things. And, for a guy that didn't put out that many albums, he sure had a whole bunch of hits, and
Roy Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was so talented, man.
Yeah. It's like, dude, if he would have focused on just the charts, he'd been perceived as a whole different artist,
Well, man, that album there, that's the only thing I've ever won on eBay where you bid on it.
Oh yeah.
And I gave $5.50 for it.
Oh my goodness.
There wasn't a what do you call it when it has to get to a certain price.
Oh yeah, like it's got a
the reserve.
The reserve, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have a reserve on it, and but I still don't know how to do that eBay because I put in $7 because it was already $5.50. I thought, so I put $7, and whenever they said I won it, it was $5.50. So I don't know what I did or didn't do right.
Yeah, well,
anyway, it was well worth that because you'll probably never see another one of those.
Yeah. The way that works is when you put in $7, that's your max bid. So if someone comes in and puts, say $6 in, then you'll outbid them because you put $7, but they'll put it in the next increment. Like if it was going by 50 cents, they'd put you in for $6.50 since you said $7 was your max.
Okay. All right.
That way you can actually, if you wanted to, if there was something you wanted and you're like, most I'm willing to pay is $10. You just put $10 and walk away. If someone bids higher than $10, they win. If not, you've won it.
But it'll go up in 50 cents or
or whatever the increments is.
Whatever's determined. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that way you'll keep winning until someone gets over whatever you said you'd bid. That way you don't have to go back every time. Like if you put $5.50 in and they put $6, you don't have to go back in and do $6.50 or whatever.
Yeah, that was exciting for me to get that, especially at that price.
Yeah. And it's cool too, because you put your max bid in, and then if no one bids, it's like a lot less than you're planning on spending, and that's always exciting too. So,
well, I might bid on some other stuff then sometime.
Yeah. So that's kind of the way I do the eBays. I'll just put in whatever I feel like the most I'm willing to pay for it, and just let it be. If I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. Because auctions always want to try to get you hyped up and going and trying to win more than paying attention to the money you're spending.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I won it because I really wanted that. Yeah. Because I just read a book called Scotty and Bill. And Scotty and Elvis. I was thinking Bill Black, Scotty and Elvis, and they talked about that album in there. So I'm like, I just looked it up on eBay, and there it was. I said, sure enough, but you can't hardly find them anywhere.
Yeah. A lot of those, and what's crazy is a lot of those like records like that tend to be the one, some of the ones that are worth the most, just because it's, sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. But I remember listening to one record collector. He's like, yeah, everybody has the big marquee records. It's the little off ones that, are so rare and hard to find.
That are collectible. Yeah.
They are collectible, because they just didn't make as many.
Yeah. Well, he sure didn't. He missed the boat because they tried to get him to do instrumentals for years. And he's like, no, I'm just not interested in that. And then finally he needed the money. He's like, well, let's do this.
Yeah.
And by the time he got it out there, it was kind of missed the wave of instrumentals, of the 60s.
Yeah. Did you ever see that documentary Jingle Bell Rocks?
No, but the Sleigh Bell Mistletoe talked about that and had the guy on there, had some guy on there talking about it. And I tried to find it they said it was on Netflix, I think.
Yeah. When I watched it, I think it was on Hulu. I'll have to see where that's at. But This guy goes like to these record stores and goes way in the back and finds all these like Christmas albums and like he found the song that Nat King Cole did about the boy that Santa forgot and things. And he found this one Christmas album. I think it was a jazz album, and he was just kind of looking through the back cover. Of course, he knew the names of the people. I wouldn't be able to pull it out. But there was a Miles Davis Christmas song on there that was where he performed with the guy that did all the Schoolhouse Rock stuff. Really? And he's like, who would have known that those two guys ever did anything together, much less
what a combination.
Yeah, much less, a Christmas song. And it's like the only thing you can ever find that guy and Miles Davis ever did together. And it was just on some old jazz record that had a bunch of different artists on it. And it was like one of the last songs. And it's like,
yeah.
It's
just an oddball thing.
Just an oddball thing. And it was just like, he was so happy to find it and listen to it and see what it was and, all this stuff. And it was cool. It's definitely worth watching. It looks like it's, says premium subscription on everything. So it looks like you can rent it for a couple bucks on like Fandango at Home or Vudu. But I don't see it where it's free anywhere. So
yeah, well they were talking about that just on one of the more recent episodes on Sleigh Bells and missed those.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are having a Christmas podcast, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. We are having one.
What the heck, man?
I figured we'd go there eventually. So
hey, there's Gene G.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Gene Jr. coming in with the Christmas themed profile pic. So hey, Gene.
Yep. That's what we're talking about, Gene. We're kind of talking about Christmas stuff. We've been talking about Christmas ornaments and Christmas trees and man, since we're talking about that, let me show you another picture, dude.
All right.
Since we're talking about Christmas, let me tell you this story.
All right.
You got the picture of my truck and Jeff's tractor?
Absolutely.
All right. There was going to be more pictures of the scene. That's just my truck right there, pulling his trailer and tractor. And see on the side of my truck, it says North Pole News Dispatch. Well, that's what the story is about. Because Jeff called me and said, man, I'm broke down. He was out in the country. It's a beautiful spot I went to pick him up. And so I had that on there, and he knows I do the Christmas podcast and everything. And so in my truck and the little panel there on the side on the inside of the door, I still had it from last Christmas. It was it's like a headband that you put on your head and it has these springs that come up and these Santa heads on it. So when you turn your head, they kind of wobble, as you're turning your head. Well, whenever I pulled up to him, he was out there. He already had his trailer unhooked and everything. And I pulled up and I leaned out and I said, yeah, I just got an emergency call at the dispatch station. And I heard the Jeff was broke down and needed a ride. And he's like, looked at me, he's like, I'm not in the mood right now, Ken. It was just funny because later on when, everything was over with, he was like, man, that was funny. You pulled up with those ears on your head and talking about the dispatch station and but I had to get it. I couldn't resist that.
Yeah. Oh,
but anyway, that's her dogs, and I towed his tractor and trailer back to his place and turned it loose. But he got his truck fixed, so it's all good now. Okay. But it was I guess it was one of those things you have to be there to see the look on his face. I knew, if his eyes could have shot red laser beams, he would have hit me right between the eyes.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, I understand that. That's funny though. That's funny. Oh,
but it was good though because that truck there I've had quite a while, and I got it. It had the tow package and everything on it with the lights and the trailer brakes and everything. I've never used it. I'm like, man, I hope it works.
Yeah.
We hooked it up because it had the same kind of tow package he had, and it worked perfectly. So it was good.
Yeah, mine has my truck has tow package, and I used it like one time, and or for one day when my mother-in-law was moving. Worked great. So luckily everything checked out. So but it's season's coming across quick. Tomorrow will be 100 days till Christmas.
Wow. How many days till Halloween?
It doesn't matter.
You don't keep it. Well, man, there's October 26th in Bristol, Tennessee. There's a Halloween. They have a parade.
Mm-hmm.
This is just their second year having it. I wanted to go to a Halloween parade just because I love parades, and they have one up there in Bristol.
Yeah.
Think about going to that maybe.
Yeah.
A few days before Halloween.
Yeah. Well, the reason I know it's 100 days is because tomorrow's Holly and I's anniversary.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. 13.
Wow, congratulations.
13 years. So.
Wow. Congratulations, buddy.
She's been able to put up with me for 13 years. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
She should get some kind of an award for that.
She should get some major award. I think she needs a major award. So.
Yeah. And all she had to do was make cookies. You were easy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not complicated by any means. I am not complicated.
Make her man catcher cookies. Isn't that what she called them?
Yep. Man catcher cookies. So, brown butter cookies is what they were. And they still are delicious. I hadn't had any in a while. She hadn't made any brown butter cookies in a minute.
Yeah.
She's still listening.
Is she?
I'm just reminding you, Holly, you haven't made any of those cookies in a while. Just putting that out into the universe.
Yeah. Well, man, it's getting that time, dude.
Yeah.
It is getting that time for the cookies. I know your mom's got hers already made up, but
yeah, I'm ready for a lot of the pumpkin stuff's out, and that's got me happy. In fact, I bought a Christmas coffee cup the other day at Dollar General because they got Christmas stuff out now.
Oh, okay.
And bought a gingerbread coffee cup and things, and it's just I couldn't resist. It's like I had to buy something Christmas,
Yeah. And are pumpkin rolls popular in your area?
Yeah.
They have them there? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know because in Nashville, we never had them much, but it seemed like they're everywhere up here.
Yeah. In fact, a few days ago on my Facebook memories, it showed a picture where Holly made a pumpkin roll, homemade one. So those little Debbie pumpkin rolls are pretty good. So Holly, I think he needs a reward for putting up with me.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Yeah. So.
Well, I have to try those. I have never tried one of those little Debbie pumpkin rolls.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, Taylor really likes them, and she's not a big pumpkin fan. But thanks, Brenda. But it's I like a good pumpkin roll, good pumpkin bread. Mm-hmm. That's good. So,
man, we kind of ran by your anniversary. Y'all have any plans? You gonna do anything?
We were talking about that today. I don't know. Probably my day off is Wednesday, so we'll probably do something. Holly said something about going magnet fishing. So
magnet fishing, okay.
Yeah, but we got to get a magnet first. So we might have to push that off and do it later. But, it's like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know. I can't think of anything besides like going out to eat and watching a movie, which is kind of like classic. And because there's not tons of different stuff to do around here.
Yeah.
And so I think I might get a magnet and a rope and maybe go out to the boat dock and do a little magnet fishing. So,
man, you print up your own shirts and stuff. You need to make I don't know if it's appropriate or not, but butt naked magnet fishing. Have you ever seen those shirts to be like butt naked whatever, I've never seen one butt naked magnet fish.
Yeah, I could do that. That'd work.
Have like a man and woman leaning over a bridge with a That'd be pretty specific, man.
It would be. booby, but that's what they always tell you to do in business is to niche down and get that one niche. And, you know, I don't know if there's lots of people out there covering the magnet fishing niche. You know. Although there are a lot of YouTube channels about it. Yeah. So if you ever want to watch people magnet fish, and they're all kind of like redneck, and they're all kind of weird and like really, really hyper, you know, almost in the, I don't know if it's just the ones I've seen or if it's just kind of the personality of the people that like to magnet fish. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe it's maybe they got lead poisoning or something from too much magnet fishing. I don't know. So.
That'd be fun to do, buddy.
Yeah. I was wanting I forgot all about it, but I was wanting to bring one when we come to visit you to magnet fish in your lake a little bit. Because I'm sure it hasn't been magnet fished.
No, it hadn't. But I don't know if there's a whole lot in there, the lake. Now there's a river right down the mountain there that I'm sure there's been a lot of things thrown in there, dropped off that bridge.
Yeah. I figure if we go to the boat ramp, that'd be a good place where people would drop a lot of stuff, getting in and out of the boats and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure. Get a pretty strong magnet. Yeah.
They have them. I was watching some YouTube videos on which was the best magnets to get, you know. Mm-hmm. You can get a magnet that will takes like 1,250 pounds to release.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's like, you slide it off. You can't pull it off, but you have to slide it off. You know.
I hope you don't open the way. There's not a car down there or something. You hook it up.
Yeah. So, but I think the one will start at like 450 pounds, something like that. Mm-hmm. You know.
Butt naked magnet fishing.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
You just start your own YouTube channel, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
better write that down.
Yeah, I'm writing it down right now.
Oh Lord.
But maybe we can start a podcast on it.
Yeah.
You know, about magnet fishing. So you're like, what'd you pull out of the water this week? And be like, license plates. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it'd be cool. I didn't know if is that lake that you're next, is it man-made or is it a natural?
Well, it was natural to begin with because it's spring-fed. And then I don't know how many years ago, man, 40, 50 years ago, something like that, they built a dam down there so it would just build up more. You know, it used to just run off down the place where it runs off is still there. It has a spillway, goes through the dam. Mm-hmm. And they just built the dam up higher and raised the level, and it came back up here to where we are.
Yeah. I don't know if it'd be like musket balls or something in there, you know, since it's kind of untouched.
Man, there's no telling what's out there in the deep part. Yeah. It's pretty deep out there too. Mm-hmm. I mean, for a small lake, it's like 50 feet out there. And so it's pretty deep out there. So there's no telling what's out there.
Yeah. Well, tell Mary next time we come out, we'll do some tootling and some magnetin.
Yeah,
magnetin tootling.
Yeah. Well,
might find somebody's stashed gold bars down there.
There's no telling what you'd find down there.
Too bad gold's not magnetic, so.
Well, I would have found an old steel or something down in there.
Yeah. Too bad gold's not magnetic.
Right. Man, Mary went to a barn sale the other day.
Oh, did she buy a barn?
Huh? Yeah. Well, no, we didn't buy a barn, but her and her friend Jackie, they went out to this place. It's called Stardust Farms. It's just a farm out here is the name of it. And, they have all kind of crafts and like a small craft festival kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So those things seem to be really popular around here in the fall.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have those out there.
Oh, absolutely. Missouri? Yeah, absolutely. Usually like the second Wednesday in November, there's a big craft fair. It's like 2 or 3 locations, you know, to go to and all this. And Holly's had a booth at it a couple of times, which is nice, but the booth prices have gone up so much. It's like you almost have to, overprice your stuff just to make up your booth rental and make any money. And it's like nobody's wanting to pay that kind of price. So we're actually going to try something kind of really outside the box. We're going to have Holly's going to have a booth here at our house, and we're going to kind of do up the garage real nice, hang up some like black cloth and stuff to kind of hide the garage look,
Yeah.
And put in our own booth and just have, kind of see if people come to the house to buy our stuff, because here a few months ago we had a yard sale and she had some of her craft stuff in it just to kind of move it, and that was like all the stuff people were driving down first thing to get,
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, why don't you just have it here? That way you don't have to pay for a booth rental. If it's raining, you're in the garage, so you don't have to shut it down. You don't have to pay extra for electricity. You're going to have good Wi-Fi, for running the cards and stuff like that. And so she's been making stuff, and we're gonna give that a go. And see.
Holly certainly is talented. Well, if you make something good, didn't the other time you came up here, didn't we go out to that Yoder's Donuts at the house?
Yeah.
Didn't you go out there and buy donuts? They were selling them out of their garage.
Yeah.
Just on card tables. And, so we did that, but they've upgraded now, man. They've got them a 12 by like 30 foot, one of those outhouses, a storage house out there.
Uh-huh.
They make them out there and everything, man. They've got a walk up window, and it's a lot. So they've upgraded. So that's something you could probably do. Something like that.
Well, the lady that cuts mine and Holly's hair, she's got a kind of a shed that's similar size of yours, right next to her house, that she's done up real nice, and that's where people go to get their hair cut.
Really?
Right there next to her house, and she's got it done up real nice with a counter in there and all her equipment, and chairs and stuff, and just it's works out great, and I wouldn't see any problem with that at all.
No, I mean they're pretty fun. Like if anybody's watching this on YouTube, you see this. That's what I'm in right now. I call it my studio, but it's just a 10 by 12. Got a split unit out here. Stays warm and cool. It's insulated. I mean, you can't tell this is a shed, I don't think.
No, you can't tell. Even when you're inside it,
Oh yeah, because I whitewashed the plywood walls and soundproofed it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I got some shelves in here. Put this wood behind me. Put that in there, so you can fix them up, man. Really nice.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Nobody can tell I'm in a basement.
Nope.
I'm surrounded by piles of my junk. Nobody can even tell, because this one corner behind me is clean.
Yeah. Well, this out here's my he shed.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing in here except my recording stuff, and got a couple musical instruments in here, and I put my motorcycle in here too.
Yeah.
But I roll it out when I do video. If I'm just doing audio, I don't have to pull it out.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it could be in here. It would just be in the background back here behind me.
I don't think anybody mind.
So I may have to do that. May have to do that one day if it's raining or something. I don't want to pull it out. Yeah, Brenda, I like those. I love craft fairs too.
Oh yeah,
I love those. Up here we have a big pumpkin festival in the fall, and it's just one big craft fair is what it is. Of course, they have the contest where they grow the biggest pumpkins and watermelons and gourds and all that stuff too. But it's a big craft fair. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
If you end up, y'all get a day or two, man. You should come to it this fall. I'll give you the date on it.
Yeah.
It's just something happens to where you could run out here just for a day or two. Be cool to go to it.
Well, they have your direction.
They have a parade. Do what?
We're gonna be out close to your direction for too long.
Uh-oh.
Going to Gatlinburg.
I froze up. Did you freeze up?
No, I didn't freeze up. I saw you froze up. You're absolutely frozen. Good pose though. Huh. First the echo, and I think his eyeball glasses tricked him. So I'm sure he'll close out here and reboot up. Yeah, that's an idea, Ken. You need a broadcast while you're on your bike with those crazy eyes. Yeah, that would work out perfectly. Absolutely work out perfectly. So, but yeah, a little bit of freezing up, but yeah, if anybody ever gets a chance to magnet fish, you should try it out. I've never done it. Looks like fun. Ken's hopping back in here now. Let's see. There you are.
You're back. What happened?
Yeah, I'm not sure. You got all frozy on me.
Could you still hear me?
I could still hear you. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It just went away and then it went off. It just froze up and then it said reconnect.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was going to sit here till you got back because I wouldn't know how to end the episode without you. I don't have your part memorized yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. See, I'm good at that part, man. That's the kind of stuff I need right there.
Yeah.
I need to. Let me tell you, whenever we get ready to do it, I need to put my glasses back on, man.
Yeah.
Are we getting close? I don't even know what time it is.
I'll tell you what, I always encourage people to send pictures and stuff in so we can take a look at them. Well, he didn't send this one in, but didn't he message you or did you see it or he tagged you? But yes. Mike Harris, one of our loyal listeners, sent this in. He had got him a Frost Top root beer.
Yeah.
And enjoyed it and sent a picture to Ken. And
yeah, that's what I was just getting ready to get to that. Yeah, he went out and after listening to our episode, he went out and probably at a hardware store. I'm not really sure, but he went out and got that, and he said he really likes it and he'll be getting more. And that he and his wife may take a trip up to the Frost Top up there.
Oh wow, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So that was cool. He got out and tried it. I think he lives in Central Florida. I think.
Yeah, I think so. I got a Willie Nelson record on the way. For those guys that won the Willie Nelson record, I ain't forgot about you. I just forgot to send it out. So, but they're coming. Yeah. I'll throw some extra goodies in there to make up for your time. But yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah. He said it tastes like mint. He said it has a slight mint taste to it. He asked me on his text if I recognize that. I think it's wintergreen. Because in some root beers they put wintergreen in there if you look in the ingredients. And I think Frost Top may have a little bit more wintergreen.
Okay.
Than most do. But it has a distinct flavor and I really like it.
Yeah, I definitely need to check that out. Hopefully they have it available in a diet version. That's way too much sugar for me.
Oh, buddy, what are you talking about? It's loaded, but yeah, see the picture of the Frost Top there. That's in that show Your Honor. I think I said that last episode.
Yeah,
that's their meeting place, and which is really cool because I would if I wasn't a Frost Top nerd, I wouldn't even pay any attention to it.
Yeah.
But it's down there in Louisiana, right outside of New Orleans. They have several of them down there.
Yeah, I need to get there our Ace to see if they have any. So.
Yeah, they're pretty cool because they got several different flavors, not just root beer. I forget the names of them, but they're pretty cool. Yeah, they're really good. At one time, of course, the collecting bug, they had 6 or 7 different flavors. Mm-hmm. Of course, I had them all lined up at the house. I was never going to drink them. I just wanted them lined up because each one of them had a different label on it,
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it about us that we have to collect things?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. There's something going on in our psyche for sure, but maybe next episode we'll psychoanalyze ourselves.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hey, my glasses threw you off your game, man. You didn't hit me up with any of that.
No, I didn't. I didn't hit you up. I'll just save that for next week.
Now, did that surprise you?
Yeah, that was hilarious. That was
great, man.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
I couldn't wait for that because I ordered them and they didn't come in time for last week's shows, which we didn't have one, so it worked out good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Mike, thanks so much for sending that picture to us. We really appreciate it. And guys, if you're listening or watching and you have something you want us to talk about, show us, send us a picture. You can send a direct message us on the Porch Pod on Facebook and Instagram. send us an email at joinusontheporch@gmail.com. We'd love to see what you're up to and talk about what you're doing. If you need any life advice and you trust us, ask us a question, and we'll give you an answer. It might not be an answer that you want to take part in, but we'll answer it one way or the other.
Yeah, and we'll sure tell you what we think about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, thanks again for joining us here on the porch. And Ken, take us home.
Well, I want to thank everybody once again for listening to us here on the porch with Todd and Ken. And we're gone.